Mission Critical is a 2-day narrative event. What exactly is a narrative event? If you ask different people, you probably get different responses. Some folks might picture a wishy-washy games day type event with no clear winners or losers, and I have to say that is not Mission Critical. For me, a narrative is about an epic storyline and also hidden information that is slowly revealed to players throughout the event, dictating actions, missions, etc. And there will be very clear winners and very clear losers at Mission Critical. At Mission Critical, players will compete as 4-man teams. Players are welcome to pick their teammates ahead of time if that's what they like to do. If you're coming as an individual or signing up as a pair and you don't know a lot of people, I will be putting those people together as necessary. As the teams go, there's no limitations on factions or anything like that. You don't all have to be Yu Jing, for example. And we know in Infinity, things are complicated with the political and corporate affiliations and everything like that. So feel free to go nuts. But if you do want to be themey and come up with something, that will certainly be accommodated within the narrative frame. Now, as far as winning, it's going to come down to points like any other tournament. So there's 3 ways that each team can score points. 1, there will be a common objective that every team follows, and most likely you're going to know about it ahead of time and how you can get those points. Every team is going to have a secret objective that only they are working on, and it might be to the detriment of some other teams. Lastly, the way that you can score points is at the end, if you can determine the other team's secret objectives, you will also be scoring points that way. As we know, these things are often muddy and gray, and between those 3 different objectives, we'll be coming up with an overall winner for the Mission Critical event. Like I said before, part of the fun for me with the narrative is the hidden information and finding things out as you go along. However, there are some basic details I can divulge at this time. And I will say we're still in the early planning stages. Mission Critical is a long way out. So further information will be coming. But at this point, you can plan for 5 rounds. There's going to be 300 points, and at least 2 of the missions will be revealed ahead of time. As those missions go, typically I base these off of ITS missions, so they're usually quite similar, but slightly different with a little flair to suit the narrative purpose. All the specialists will have a use at Mission Critical, and then as terrain goes, I have a pretty big collection. Folks are going to be bringing terrain, but I can say that all the terrain listed in the Infinity Rulebook, all those different types, at least one of those is going to be represented on at least one board throughout the event. So if you have troops with particular terrain abilities, maybe give them a second look, because you know there's going to be at least one board where those skills are going to come in handy. As the storyline goes, I've got a couple videos out. You can piece together what you like. Of course, there'll be more details for the registered players as we get closer, but I'm not going to be saying anything else about that at this time. We've got an excellent venue lined up in Waupaca, Wisconsin. If you don't know where that is, it's about halfway between Minneapolis and Chicago. So if you're flying in, either one of those airports will get you to your destination. It's 4,000 square feet in a combination bar, restaurant, and hotel. If you're staying on site, it's $90 for a room with 2 adults, an additional $10 for every adult after that. And all you have to do is call that in and use the secret code Mission Critical to get that rate. Registration starts December 1st. If you're interested, PayPal $65 to wiscohorndog@gmail.com. I will have a link below, of course. Include your name, faction, if you can bring a table of terrain to help out. All players will be receiving a free, one-of-a-kind custom MDF building being designed specifically for Mission Critical, as well as some 3D printed scatter terrain. So everybody's going to get something, and one player is going to leave with a fully painted infinity table, basically a 4x4 completely filled with terrain, including a mat. And that is going to be a random prize for one lucky player, so you don't have to be the best in the world. You just have to show up. We're just hitting the highlights here, of course. More information can be found at the Mission Critical Infinity Facebook page. That's going to be the static page with all the information and everything. I'll have a pinned post at the top there with everything released so far, so that's where you'll be able to go get all the juicy details. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at Mission Critical.